tere hommikust!
Jõudu tööle! Kuule, Piret Katlas teist.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Tallinn. I hope everybody arrived successfully. Only thing so far I can apologize is weather. But half a year ago, in the opening of the Maltese presidency Informal, I promised to my colleagues that it will be almost the same weather like in Malta in January. So I keep my promises. I think it's a good start. So one more time, I'm very glad to welcome all of you in Tallinn, hometown for me, for my family, for several generations. I hope Tallinn will show itself from its best side while you are here. Although we will not leave you much time to enjoy our capital, unfortunately, as we have urgent issues to discuss. In other words, you already have a reason to come back. And I hope that you will all join me with a special welcome to our new colleagues. Welcome to JHA Club. I would also like to inform you about the language regime for today's meeting. You can listen and speak in English, French, German, Italian, and Spanish. I myself will be speaking in and listening to English, but still thinking in Estonian. So we are currently situated here next to the UNESCO heritage Tallinn Old Town, which is with its medieval buildings. You, I hope, already noticed. Also, people in Tallinn have their roots in history. At the same time, our country, with its 99 years, is still young at heart. And even one might say that it is very energetic. According to this building, we will have our meeting for the next 2 days is special. It has old history and is young at heart. We are located in former Tallinn City power station, power plant, which began operating in 1913 and was closed in 1979. Today the building is carefully renovated and is a very popular place for cultural events, festivals, concerts, and a home for all sorts of creative businesses. Also, this is the main presidency venue for the next 6 months. Hopefully, this creative and energizing atmosphere that surrounds us will also make its mark to our discussions today and tomorrow. Let me first explain how our day will look like. We will start with the pressing issue of the current migratory flows in the central Mediterranean, of course. We will focus on the increasing migratory pressure on Italy's external border and the discussion that have followed Italy's appeal for support from other member states. This issue will be examined during the first part of our morning meeting. Before a short coffee break, I will also present how the presidency aims to take forward the discussions on solidarity and responsibility. Any views you might have on that are welcome. Then session 2 will include a debate based on a discussion paper you have all received on possible developments of a return policy. I admit that there is an evident connection between these topics. However, I would wish that during the return topic, we'll limit our interventions to the replies to the questions put in the discussion paper. I would like also to keep this debate clearly separate from the debate we will have now on that needs to be done immediately to address the situation in the central Mediterranean. Our lunch session will be dedicated to safeguarding the European Union's internal security through cooperation with our neighbours, with a particular focus on the situation in Ukraine. And finally, for the last session of the day, we'll invite the justice ministers to join us. We have to make best possible use of available information. Here, the notion of interoperability and an agency called EU-LISA come to play their significant role. Dear friends, there's a huge amount of work in front of us. Almost so much as to keep us here in this room up till tomorrow's morning. This would be pity, because then you would all lose the opportunity to enjoy the lovely gala dinner in our seaplane harbor and marvelous Nordic white nights when the sun almost does not set, if it's not cloudy, of course. I'm sure not all of you have seen them before. Therefore, I hope that you all will help me with the time management of today's meeting. You remember my style already from the Luxembourg meeting, and I shall announce the length of interventions in the beginning of each session. And I'll kindly ask all of you to respect each other's time. So, let's go to our main topics now, without delay.